All right, artists, so we just finished the Read Aloud Fruit Bowl, and we are still going to be talking about texture with this next fun project. And I thought what would be a fun way to bring texture in is drawing fruits and vegetables and putting some silly textures on them. So friends, as you can see, Miss Einerson had a lot of fun with this one. I had to just make more than one because it was just too much fun. So I even made, like in the book, a fruit bowl for them all to go into. But as you can see here, I have a banana with spikes. Bananas, of course, usually don't have spikes, but we're going to put textures on our fruits and vegetables that are a little weird, a little silly. So my tomato has scales, my carrot has hair, and I even did a bunch of slimy, here I'll hold them up close, slimy grapes. So friends, I am going to show you a few different ways that you can add some interesting and weird textures to whatever you draw. So after you draw whatever fruit or vegetable you chose from the videos, you're going to add a texture to them. So as you can see here, I have drawn 4 tomatoes, but they don't have any texture yet. So I'm going to demo for you, and for this I think I'm going to try and make my camera a little closer so that you can really see what I'm doing here. So friends, in the different boxes, am going to show you some different textures. So let's start with this guy up here. And as you can see, I put different kind of faces on them, so you could totally do that. So the first one I want to show you is scales. Scales I like because they're pretty easy. When we do scales, we think of that cloud line, right? When we talk about lines. So friends, as you can see, I did everything in pencil, or I'm doing everything in pencil first. Then I'm going to color and I'm going to outline. So after I've drawn my tomato, if I want to put some scales on, with my pencil, I'm going to just where the tomato is, I'm bouncing and I'm going around the stem part here, but I'm just gonna put some, it's kind of like I am doing a cloud line around on the skin of my tomato here. So friends, I'm not going over the eyes, I'm hopping over the eyes because I don't want to draw on top of the eyes with the scales. You can make them as big or as little as you want, but this one's a fairly easy texture to draw. I'm hopping over the mouth and filling up this tomato's skin with scales. Oh my, I don't know if I'd like to eat a scaly tomato, but it's kind of like we're making this up, huh? Okay, so there's how you would draw the texture of scales. Okay, let's go down here to this silly guy. So another one that I find really fun, and one that is pretty easy too, so kindergartners, you might want to try this one, is hair. So if you want to put hair, I just take and around the face, going in all different directions, I am doing some little flicky lines. I'm not doing it on top of the eyes. I'm going around the stem, but I'm going out and making this tomato furry and hairy. Ugh. I don't know if I'd like to eat a hairy tomato, but So fun. And I'm going all in different directions. All right, there's our hairy tomato. Okay, let's go over to these two. Okay, so another one that is pretty easy and pretty fun is bumps. So putting bumps on something. So for this one, it's kind of like scales a little bit, but they're not as connected. So I'm kind of bouncing up and making these little bumps and lumps on my tomato here. You know, I'm turning my pencil in different directions, and you know, some are just one little bump, some are two together, but my pencil's turning in different ways as I go, and there we go. Ooh, a nice bumpy, lumpy tomato. Okay, all right, so this last one over here with her sweet little face, let's do some spikes. Okay, so spikes, I want you to think, if you do spikes, I want you to do, as you can see here, let me pull back my my banana here, my spiky banana. So see how the spikes are kind of sticking out in all different directions? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn my pencil as I do some, it's kind of like the top of a triangle. I can make them really skinny and sharp. I can make them going all different directions and poking out of the tomato here. Okay, another thing I like to do is put just a little line. Second graders, this might be a good one for you. You know, you can try it if you want. You can also practice these, friends, before you do it for real on your fruit or vegetable, whatever you decide to do. But see here, okay, I want to show you guys something up close. Let's see if we can see it on the camera here. Okay, right here. See how my spike going out, there's that little line of the side of the tomato coming through it? Well, this spike is meant to cover that up because it's in front. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to erase the little lines when my spikes cover up the side of my tomato. It's kind of like an illusion, like the spikes are in front. So that might be something good for the second graders. Friends, you can try all of these if you want. I'd say that try out whatever textures you want. You know, pencil's great because then you can erase. And then once I finish putting on my spikes, you know, you can have a lot, you can have a few. Then comes my black marker, crayon, and this is called outlining, friends. So if I want my art to really pop, then I'm going to take a Sharpie, a black marker, or a colored pencil that's black, and I'm basically going to redraw. A lot of you know this from art class who've had me before. We take our black and we outline before we color, thick and thirsty. That way we can really see. Okay, so friends, I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Again, if you are trying to draw a texture and it is just too hard, you can't quite get it to look how you want, try another one. So practice a few. That would be my advice for you. Practice a few, because some of these are a little harder than others. So practice some, and I'm going to give you kind of a sheet of some ideas, a lot of different texture ideas that you can use, and try them out and see which one works for you, okay? So, oh man, friends, I can't wait to see your crazy fruit or vegetable with some awesome texture. And of course, don't forget to color thick and thirsty so that we can get, if you want to do more than one, of course you can do more than one, friends. But man, I cannot wait to see some weird, interesting, funny textures on fruit and vegetables. Have fun.